welcome all to the warmth of my fireplace, because for me the warmth of my heart is what had to come out in this topic of the idea that self-sacrifice fits into a journey of understanding of ourselves in our oneness with all that is, the oneness of love that permeates every one of us. And so I struggled a little bit with this, and then I realized that, no, you know what? I realized I needed to move away from the definition that people will give, that self-sacrifice means giving up wishes of your own, ideas, thoughts, plans of your own. Because I realized long ago that it isn't the giving up, it is the receiving of a message that we are love. And as soon as we embrace that and see it in every other human being, then the self-sacrifice isn't the same. It's moving in and forgiving ourselves for whatever happened in our life and whatever was there, and bringing in the self-love that's so important to every single one of us as human beings living this life in my body. And I have to tell you a story because it will illustrate a little bit, and I don't want you to get stuck on the details because that's not the important part. I had a child, his name was Robbie, and he was in my kindergarten classroom years ago. And when he was a very troubled child. He weighed over 100 pounds. He was very violent. And in my classroom, it manifested itself at one point in time where literally he was throwing chairs, throwing clipboards across, and I was trying to protect the children in my classroom. And I actually pinned him down on my piano. And I had a moment of panic, a moment of what all of us do in life. We panic and worry. And I was trying to protect many children in my classroom, but I realized and opened up a piece of love within myself to calm this child. I don't know how I did it exactly, but I know that love moved into me at the time that it was really important. And I kept looking at myself saying, I am love, you are love. And I started saying that to him. You are love, Robbie. You have love inside of you. And I was holding him in an incredible, difficult position that you can't quite identify with, but I can't tell you what happened during that time. But the love that I knew and understood at that point in time took place. It overtook any sacrifice I had made for my own physical being to protect his love and the love that the children in my classroom, I can still tear up over this. And I only relate this because at some point I uncovered the horrible, difficult life that he lived and uncovered his parents' agony over the rubble of their life where he had destroyed their home. But it wasn't until I poured that love inside of him that the love melted him down and brought us to a place where it was important. And we do this. This is an example of all the hurdles in our life that we overcome, no matter what they are. When we pour ourselves into them, we see that mirror of who we really are. I'm just going to share. I look into the mirror of who I am. And I know the I am dissolves any otherness I have with another human being. And I did that day in ways I don't know how to explain. And yet I realized if I look into your soul and every other human being that I encounter, no matter how difficult the situation, I see the love in me and the love in you. See, I'm looking at myself in this mirror right now and saying, I love you exactly as you are. And if you turn that around to, I love everyone exactly as I am, it dissolves. It totally dissolves in those little crystals of love. It dissolves the otherness in all of us and shows us that self-sacrifice isn't what we give up. We give up the ego part of us that wanted to be better than another human being, and we are not. I hope that opens some thoughts in you, maybe a story in you. And for me, I'm looking over at this man of love that is taping my video and saying, I love you just as you love me. And when we see that in each other with no agenda, we've dissolved the otherness of self-sacrifice. Thank you. Leave me your feedback. I'd love to hear some experiences of yours. And I appreciate hearing what the story maybe brought out in you. Thanks. We'll talk.